Gang people, welcome back to my channel. Obviously we got Man United away this Monday. I've got a very special guest with me today. Come on, you've seen him on United stand.
Daniel fucking James, yeah, you better get ready, bro. You better not play me.
That's why you was waiting for me today, you know.
When you said to me the other week, yeah, come do it, I was like, yeah, well, I will accept that invitation.
Yeah, you saw my comment under your last picture about Granite fucking Xhaka. I know, bro, I could have listed the whole team.
Like Captain Xhaka and that, Captain Fantastic, yeah, man. Well, our captain's actually young, so I can't really say that.
But it was Twanzebe the other night. So.
Yeah, to be fair, but that's what hurts. It won't be him much longer.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I hear that. But like you said, obviously the news right now, Xhaka's captain. He probably will be starting against United. Happy about that?
Happy about that, definitely. I think for us, yeah, look, we look like sitting ducks. Let's not dress this up. We're in bad relegation form. Let's face it, the form, if you want to count last season, I know you shouldn't really do that, but if you are, it's dreadful. We're not scoring goals.
Your first 9 away game stat that I saw, and then your next 9 away game, that is mad.
Madness. Like, you wouldn't even think what's happened. And we're in a mess right now. But regardless of that Ollie in thing, out thing, all of that, this game, we're not scoring goals. We're not creating chances. We're leaking a few goals. We're not. Ollie's right in terms of we're not facing that many chances anymore. But teams are kind of clinical against us. It's kind of weird. We're only conceding about 3 or 4 chances a game, but we're conceding about 1 or 2.
Has improved that aspect, 100%. But it just doesn't look like it because of
the whole unit's not good. In midfield, we're trash. Martial's already out. Rashford's already out. He was already playing shit, but he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Pogba's a doubt now, which is a big.
That's mad.
That's a big issue if he's not there.
Do you blame Ole for that, for the 90 minutes against Rochdale?
I blame him maybe for the 90 minutes because he's basically saying his ankle's swollen up again as well. So that's like, it wouldn't just swell up again if he wasn't 100%.
It's true though, yeah.
I wanted him to get minutes against Rochdale, maybe last 15, 20. But we all saw how that game went, and it was even more embarrassing that he played 90 minutes and we still didn't.
Because Ole did it with Rashford against Astana,
burnt him out. Astana played 90 minutes, then injured against West Ham. So he's got a lot to answer for in that. But I think the reason why I still have a little bit of hope is not really to do with my own team.
No.
It's to do with you lot.
That's how I think, you know.
You can always do an Arsenal, just an Arsenal, a default Arsenal. And plus, like I was saying to you before we started filming, like, I've seen a lot of you lots like post-match reactions, not just when you lose, but just in general, even when you come back to win games or draw like against Spurs. Why did Emery do this? Why did Emery do that? Why did it have to wait for us to be a mess and then have to come out at half-time and play back? And I feel like we can't, I think a lot of United fans, including me to a certain extent, which is why you got to see it for what it is, are putting almost a bit too much respect on Arsenal's name, when let's not get it twisted here. You've still got issues yourself. You still don't have a settled team where you don't know what your 11's going to be.
We do.
Your manager is doing a bit of tick-a-tacker. You're more advanced than us. You've got better players than us at the moment. And you're in better form than us right now. But you're only 3 points ahead of us. Just about. I think I'm saying to Troops, like in the last 3 games, you scored, what, 5 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals. Do you know what I'm saying? So do you know what I'm saying? We don't have that capability. We scraped against Astana 1-0, embarrassing.
Yeah, that was mad.
Penalties against Rochdale. Piped at West Ham, didn't even score. So, do you know what I'm saying? So you're going into it.
Is Greenwood's, obviously, is Rashford's injury a blessing in disguise, do you think, though?
Do you know what? It's so interesting you say that. You know me, I never wish injury on anyone, rival player, you know. But it did have a kind of counter to it where it's like, you know what? The guy wasn't playing good right now. Maybe this injury will make him, obviously want him to recover, but just get his head right. He's been poor, man. He's been poor. Even against from PSG when he scored that wicked penalty, like in the game he wasn't great, and he hasn't been great since. It's a massive over-reliance on him, especially because we sold both our other strikers in Lukaku and Sanchez and didn't replace them. But Ollie's heaped bare pressure onto Greenwood, man. Enough pressure to the point where I'm saying, all right, he's 17 and that, and you've got to be careful, but you've put the pressure on, bro.
It's true,
he said by Lukaku leaving, it's a pathway for my man. That's why we never got no one. He said
he is essentially the backup now.
And he said he's the most clinical finisher at the club, over Martial, over Rashford. And the 2 games he has played competitively, he's got us out of jail. He's sick. Bruv, if we would have drawn 0-0 at home against Astana,
that would have been...
Do you know what I'm saying? Little 17-year-old kid, they have to make it himself.
Could actually been on the line against
Rochdale
Arsenal
as well. I mean, I know it was a draw in the end, but again, he got us out of jail. It's so sad to say, but that's where we are as a club right now. But he is good, man. He is good.
He looks it.
With the Rashford situation, when he broke through, Rashford, like, wasn't the most talked about thing in the academy at the time.
Yeah.
He got very lucky with injuries and look, he took his chance.
Game.
The Michelin, if you get called up like that, you have to bang. You have to take your chance. You know what it's like as a striker.
He banged 2, innit?
Banged 2 against Arsenal and a couple against Michelin as well. So he scored 4 goals in 2 games. Like, right, this guy could play at this level. Then he did all right for the rest of the season. But at the time, James Wilson was like supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? Exactly. We only literally just got rid of him.
Yeah, I remember that.
But Greenwood is spoke about very highly, smashing records in the under 21s.
Against Rochdale, what I liked is he seemed predominantly left-footed, but he took his penalty with the right.
He's right, brother. He's both footed, like legitly.
Yeah,
and I mean
at that
legitly.
age to be
mad.
It's actually
he is predominantly left footed because he carries the ball with the left, he dribbles, but either foot, cut in, bang, and he is. What I'm saying, RVG, like he does have those little movements, like a little
when you
quick stop, then a jink, and then just quick bang. So yeah, but that's the only thing that's giving me confidence because by rights, man. Aubameyang's free flowing. If you pick the right midfield, we're on toast.
But do we have a right midfield at Arsenal though? That's the thing. That's how I see it. Obviously, like you said, will we do an Arsenal? That gives you the
I mean, what are you expecting from your team? What team?
I'm confident off the jump. I'm confident off the jump. When I start thinking about the history of us at Old Trafford, when I start thinking about Rashford bursting onto the scene and now Greenwood starting and like the chips are against you. It's been a few times in the past few years. I mentioned it before, like the Rashford game, we should have beat you that game. The talk before that was this is the game. Last season it was we just beat Tottenham 4-2. Let's do this. This is the game. Then this season again, if you can't beat United now, you never will.
The last few times we've played you at Old Trafford, we've been in a bad period. And both times, not as bad as this, but both times have been like, we're in a bad period, but it's Arsenal. And I think a lot of United fans, but I have to say, this year more than ever is where I've seen a lot of United fans being like, nah, flex, man. I know we normally say it's Arsenal, but it's like, we're going to get piped. That Rochdale one was the real turning.
That you had on United stand, the pain, the pain he showed.
The whole time, my guy, man. But you know what, I was laughing at the time he was saying it, but then when when you go home,
you rewatch it.
I was like, right, you know what, after everyone I spoke to today, no one's looking forward to this Arsenal game. It's only like when you sit down and say to yourself, you have to force yourself to say, come on, man, can't put too much respect on Arsenal's name. Only because of how they are.
The history of our matches,
but it's peak though. You should beat us. You should. And if you don't beat us, I feel like, what is Emery really do? Like, we are literally sitting ducks. It feels like.
I think Emery overthinks sometimes. Like when we played Tottenham and Liverpool, it's like he was overthinking the midfield. You
literally played 3 negative. You played like a flat 3 defensive mids, isn't it?
Against Liverpool, it's essentially 4 central mids we played in a diamond. So he kind of overthinks for the opposition. So I don't know if he's going to look at United as the United we seem to face every season that seem to have a little hope against us, and it's not the form that gets
he might think we can bounce back against you, so he might still be scared. If he's got any sense, man, let's go for the throat. I shouldn't even be saying it, but I'm just saying, like, putting myself in his shoes. If I was setting up that Arsenal team,
we should both do that, essentially.
We should. We've got nothing to be scared of. Like, we've got everything to try and get ourselves out of.
James and Greenwood on the counter. You got pace. You got some technical ability. You got a finisher. Well,
Pogba's not there though. We're in big trouble, man. We're in big trouble.
You know what? But when you look at the middle of our midfield, aside from Guendouzi, who stepped it up at times this season, who are you worried about in the middle? Even if you could choose the two.
Not even just worried. Just like we won't create nothing. Like, Pogba's literally all we have creatively. Yeah. And even he is not super consistent in a poor side. He's not. I'm not just trying to say it's not his fault, because sometimes he's not as consistent as he should be. But one thing I do know, and most United fans can agree on, is that we are a better side with him in. Absolutely.
100%.
I don't know how anyone can think we're not.
I don't want to see him on the team.
Exactly. And there is a serious doubt over him. I hope he recovers, but I don't know, man. Martial, obviously injured. I don't know what team Ollie's going to play.
I hate when the chips are down.
Yeah, it's worse. It's bad because the pressure's even like.
And I got a 4-hour drive up there where the pressure's on us.
Welcome to my pain.
Yeah, I hear you.
Welcome to my pain.
Yeah, you're used to all that. At least you was doing it recently and you was winning stuff. It hasn't been 14 years that you've been half of that. So it's been pain for a long time for us. And going up to Old Trafford with the pressure on us is mad.
Bit different, isn't it?
It is mad.
But that's what it was like against Leicester. Like, everyone was saying how Leicester are this, Leicester are that. Yeah. And the onus was actually on them. We were kind of on toast then. People were like, oh, fucking hell. Leicester are this. They got Maddison. Look at their midfield. It's wicked. They got Vardy, Vera. And Vardy never had a shot in 90 minutes. When it's a different ball game. And I'm not saying we're sick and people should be scared of us, but it is when the onus is on you to go to Old Trafford and make it happen.
It's a whole different.
We are a little bit of a sleeping lion with that, because that game was pretty much a draw on the balance of play anyway. When we got a penalty, but you know, I don't know. This could come back to bite me in the arse, but I don't think we'll get pumped. I don't.
So let's have a little prediction now then.
Yeah, I think a draw, Turkish, man. I do. Like, we haven't scored more than 1 goal since the first game against Chelsea, but mad, that seems so long ago. And even any real United fan who understands football will tell you that wasn't a 4-0 game. Like, if you thought we were on shit from that 4-0, then you don't know football.
It could have been a 4-3, 5-4 game.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be a bit silly. A, predict that we're not going to lose, and B, predict that we'll score more than 1 goal. I think 2-2.
You think 2-2, but
we're definitely not keeping a clean sheet against you. We can't.
Yeah, well, neither are we, mate. Neither are we. Like, join the club in that one. Like, I can't lie. I'm confident.
Yeah.
So, like I said, off the jump, I'm gonna say 3-1.
Put your neck on the line, Turkish.
3-1. I'm putting it on the line, and you know me. I don't like.
That's true.
Putting it on the line, but I'm gonna go for a 3-1, and I think that this will be Pepe's game. That's how I see it.
You know what? On that, on the Pepe thing, I have to say, look, it's funny because how it's all happened. Because we were never in for him. But obviously the infamous interview with Rance where I've said to him, would you prefer Pepe or would you prefer Sancho? And at that point, he's gone with Pepe, made the presence blood comment and all that.
Blood. He needs to show that presence.
And that's fine, So far though, you're probably slightly happy with Pepe. He's growing into it. Okay, that. We've got more out of our 15 million though with 3 goals, so far. But I'm not stupid.
Because you're old school. You're not this new Twitter generation that gets amped up.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Henry will be getting ripped on Twitter in his first 8 games. Bergkamp would be. You know what I mean? So it's mad.
He will come good, but I do genuinely hope. There's 2 sides to it. If Daniel James scores and we win the game, all you man go on airplane mode.
100. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, just go on it.
You know what's gonna happen.
Babs is another one. Yeah, airplane mode, everything. You may as well. Equally, if Pepe bads it up and you win,
then
I have to take everything.
The rants is coming
really,
back
it's really Rance who has to take it because he's going to get present. It's going to go off. I've already spoke to you. So I'm kind of hoping that even if you do win, he showed some
good things against Liverpool and Tottenham, which leads me to think he can be a big game player for us.
For me, when I've watched him, I thought, he gets into wicked positions, but shit in the final third, decision making, either the ball's too far ahead of the player or too far behind or shot off target. But he's getting into positions. He can beat a man. He's quick.
Which is what
I'm
you
not going to sit and hate on him.
You want to see the
shit.
minimum. That obviously it's great to when you have a James or even when a Martial come in first game bang.
Do you know what I'm saying? But don't always. Sometimes it's the opposite. He comes and bangs for 4 games and then that's it. Fades.
Pressure gets too much. And
exactly.
Then it's just,
really, it's embarrassing because we shouldn't even be in a position where we're relying on Daniel fucking James, as you say, to be our saviour. And he's been, apart from Wan-Bissaka, our most consistent performer. And he's like, really, games against Astana and Rochdale is where James is supposed to come and play 90 minutes because it's his first season at the club. We're resting, man.
It's true.
On these games and being like, boy, we got Arsenal. We need you.
He needs to be there.
What? 15 million from Swansea and all of a sudden he's our saviour.
But he plays on your left, right?
Plays on our left. That's his best position, but he didn't start out playing there because when we started the season, Martial out front, Rashford on the left. And he was on the right. But he was outshining Rashford on the left.
It's better for him to cut in, it seems, because he's got that. Like,
he's very predictable with that, but kind of like the Robin thing, but the other side. You know what they're going to do.
But it's hard.
I watched Delafio do it better times to make Niles. Just cutting in. You know what he's going to do, but if you're not good enough,
that's going to be one of the key battles, I think.
Absolutely.
James versus Chambers, or maybe, I'm assuming
and
Chambers.
You know he's rapid. He is fast,
and
man.
Chambers doesn't deal with pace well. That's
I mean, got ripped up by Montero one year as well.
Yeah, he was the best even Frankfurt game. When you watched the Frankfurt game,
did he get rinsed a bit?
He was getting rinsed quite a lot in the first half, especially.
But even that game, you guys were like, I don't know how we won that 3-0 sort of thing, because it was quite.
Well, when we get a clean sheet, we're always a bit.
We're
always a bit taken aback. To get me, so obviously it's rare. But so you're going for a 2-2. I'm going for a 3-1. I think the key battles are there: James versus our right back, whoever it's to be on the day, and I think
Pepe against Ashley Young, bro.
Yeah.
Saying that though, Ashley Young has a mad reputation, for pocketing the man them. Like he pocketed Hazard, few times.
He has done.
Didn't get rinsed. Like even when we went Stamford Bridge last, didn't get rinsed by him. When you think Ashley Young, shit, he's gonna get rinsed, and he's pocketed Salah. Good couple times, man.
Even that meme that came out of him when he was making the tackle and he got made from Zaha. In the end, what I don't get, this generation,
he blocked it and there's a corner. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's mad.
Like, fair enough, he looked foolish, but if he didn't get the cross off, he'd done his job.
Bro, it's the same thing with the Pepe thing against Burnley, bro. Man nutmegged the guy and then he lost it straight after. So what?
You just take that bite out and it's like...
So what? Do you know what I'm saying? But that's the context of... You just clipping something to fit your agenda because it's a laugh on Twitter, innit? But if you think about it for real, it means fuck all unless Zaha goes past him and scores or gets an assist. And it means fuck all unless Pepe skins man and tucks it in and gets an assist.
It's the same. Even when he beat Robertson, it was nice to see. But
but then man was clean through that and tried to finesse it and went wide. So it didn't mean nothing.
That's what the world.
But it is going to be peak. There's a lot of battles all over the pitch, man. I do feel though, like if you have Socrates and Luiz, something's going to happen.
I'm praying for Holding, man. I'm praying for Holding. And I want us to put Luiz as DM, but now Xhaka's been made captain. It's not happening. So I'm assuming we'll see Xhaka there, Guendouzi. At least Pogba's not in. But
he's a doubt.
It puts more pressure on Xhaka, though. Because if Pogba doesn't play or he's past fit late, the pressure is on Xhaka to dominate this game, which will be interesting to see for me. I think that's also a key area to...
Absolutely, the midfield. I mean, because we haven't got that much legs in there, I feel like Solskjaer's going to go for Matic and McTominay, which is what he did against West Ham, and you could view those players as hard and solid, but there's no mobility in them. There's no change of pace. There's no, and more importantly, on the ball, they're not quick. They're not precise. They're not looking to.
We got the same.
But I feel like if you've got Torreira, Guendouzi,
Torreira's dynamic off the ball and winning the ball back, but when he gets the ball,
he's not good.
He's not the best in possession.
Guendouzi's good.
Guendouzi's good in possession, but it seems like I don't know. He starts the game with handcuffs on or something. Like he doesn't want to take the risk. And
Ceballos is a baller.
Yeah, Ceballos. Yeah.
Of course, with
the number 10 area.
What's your midfield three then?
I think Willock. I think Willock has to start because I think we need the Arsenal. Through players, the young Englishmen, because they know what Arsenal Man United is. Yeah. Even though it's not where it was, it still is something. Especially to us who grew up in that era.
They know. So what are you saying, Willock, Guendouzi?
He's asking me my one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Xhaka obviously, but he is going to put him in it. But I'd put Guendouzi, Torreira, and Willock.
Okay.
But if Holding is fit, I'd do Guendouzi, Luiz, and Willock.
But Emery will probably go Xhaka,
99%,
Guendouzi,
and then Ceballos probably.
Not Torreira.
No, he won't play them three.
And the front three is obviously going to be Pepe on the right, Bameng up front, and
Saka probably.
Yeah, he's
Saka
alright,
Reece Nelson. Yeah. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I appreciate you taking your time out today. I'll catch up with you Monday after the game. My first interview. I ain't done an interview on United Stand never. I need to.
No, you haven't, mate. Come over, man. Win, lose or draw, bro.
Win, lose or draw. I'll be there.
Don't go ghosting and that.
Bro, you'll see me there, bro. 100%. But love people. Man. Make sure you subscribe to United Stand as well. They got a lot of good content out there. Flex and Rant Show in particular. And carry on giving us feedback, comments in the description box below. There's a link to download the OneFootball app. Use that. They're sponsoring the channel now.
Jeez.
Trust. Small moves, you get me? Small moves, but love people. Next time, until the next time.